best news ever, baby. Top 5 in the market of all commercial real estate agents. All commercial real estate agents, top 5. Your boy right here. I just started 3 years ago. 2018 was amazing. An amazing year. I learned so much. I sold so much. And we're just gonna keep it popping. Let me give you a little recap. First deal of the year, we sold Chihola. Then we sold Turner Street, 5-unit in Allentown, to a buyer that I met. I just started talking to him. He has his real estate license and he still uses me. Let me tell you why. Why is that, you ask? Because I have the best service ever. Alright, so we've been selling like a out here. We sold Chihola 2018. I also sold it in 2017 and 16. I'm probably gonna sell it again in 2019. They brought the whole church. I mean, there was like 80 people at this showing. There were kids, there were aunts, uncles, grandma. Follow-up is so key because all I did was make a phone call a few months after the sale and I said, hey, how's everything going? And she said, you know what, we love the property, but it's so far from New Jersey, it's getting to be too much, we want to sell it. Bingo, we put it up for sale, $200,000 more. And we sold it cash, closed in 30 days. New guy, same exact problem. He wants to go back to New York, so we're probably gonna sell it again. Okay, so also earlier this year, I did 30-minute stair gang for 50 days straight. Non-stop, 30 minutes on the Stairmaster every single day. And that killed me. That traumatized me so much. I didn't touch a Stairmaster for another 6 months. And I just kind of let myself go. I do nothing but eat now. Barely went to the gym, but I'll be back. Guarantee you, I will be back. And then I also have clients like Habaneros, my Mexican guys. We just put them into a location I closed on in Allentown. 32 bucks a foot for a single standing building. That is more than like mall prices. That was insane. And they're from West Virginia. They have locations all over the country. Closed on them, and that's what got me eating. I mean, I love Mexican food. We went all the time, and I'm just a fat ass at heart, is what it is. And then I sold Creekside, 4 acres right behind Ramada, off 22 in Whitehall, where he's gonna build 40 apartments. Met that client at the bar while I was drunk, so alcohol finally did good for something. Cheers, mate. Creekside was also a because we had the entire homeowners association. I mean, like hundreds of condominiums, all the families, they all showed up to the township meeting and said, no, this is not gonna be built here. Then we closed Roman on 940. That was an antique shop, been on the market some time, got my guys in there, they wanted it right away. And when I went in there like an idiot, I had some little loafers on with 5 feet of snow, like you're gonna see there. Thankfully, I'm not an idiot anymore. It's the middle of winter, and I got some boots. Also, I closed on a liquor license, itty tiny weeny little liquor license for $55,000. But my goodness, was that a freaking sale. It took forever. The seller got pissed off because the buyer was taking too long. She said, you need to pay me $10,000 in my pocket, not attributable to the asking price. I need hard money, $10,000 or the deal's off. But I did so well that she was like, Rob, you sold this license for me, now please sell my building. I don't know why we didn't sell it together, but $500,000 building, we got that. And then we sold Strunkies. So I'm gonna tell you about that one in a second. Please back up. All right, now take a picture, please. So now we're on flat ground off the car. Holy shit, Strunkies, man. That was the craziest transaction I have ever been through, ever in my entire life. They cursed at each other so much. I mean, hate messages, man. It was crazy. I hate you, I'm gonna sue you, you're an asshole, you're this, you're that. And one thing that I learned is to stop being so gosh darn gullible. They were playing good cop, bad cop. They said, Rob, we're gonna pull out of the deal. I do whatever it takes for the deal to close. So what did I do? I said, listen, I will cut my commission by a point just so we can make this deal happen. And then all in all, they were never gonna pull out of the deal. And I just lost like $3,000 because I was so gullible. So that's a great thing that I learned. Don't be so gullible. But that deal was crazy. You're gonna hear a few snippets and the screenshot of him ready to kill him. this snippet of him ready to say I'm gonna also kill him.
For me, I liquidate my fucking assets, I declare bankruptcy, and they didn't give a shit. I know how to play with paper, bro. I can wash money like it's fucking laundry. Tell them to stop fucking with me. Friday is my date.
Signed a deal in Apple because thank God for my job I can work wherever the hell I want, work with who I want, where I want. So I signed a deal inside of the Apple store. Shout out Apple, I just bought a few of your stocks. And then my guy Robert, Mike Naraki bought it. He's having the time of his life there in his own antique shop. Watch this little testimonial, guys.
Mr. Velez was outstanding in his response. He addressed all our questions, our concerns. He made sure everything was fit our timeline, and in the end, we have a happy ending. So everybody's happy, and our dreams are going to come true.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I also this year got a sick obsession with Starbucks, cappuccino, almond milk, and 2 stevia. Coffee all the time because I'm out here getting 4 a.m. listings. I'm in the bar literally at 3:52 a.m. with the owner just to get a listing. Because that's what we do, man. We work 24 hours a day and we do whatever it takes. Pocono Hospitality, the Skyrunner Police Barracks right off of 611, sold that sucker for $600K. I thought I was a man. I catch my breath. I told you I'd be back, right? Pocono with Stair Gang? I'm not back yet.
2 hours later.
I started business, got this buyer. He was looking for a hotel site. We put him in there. Pocono Hospitality. I thought I was the man. $600,000 full price offer accepted. I'm like, I'm killing it first year business.
2,000 years later.
We finally closed on the property. That's the thing about commercial real estate. Easements, township. I mean, they wanted him. There was a perfectly fine road. Perfectly fine road. They made him build a whole extra road. Easements with all of that, man. It was just a nightmare getting through that. 2 years. 2 years to close. The buyer had $75,000 for the hotel approval, $150,000 in engineering and all attorney fees, and he didn't even own the property yet. But real quick, check out the steel stacks. Then we sold Carrier Square, massive shopping center. Call me the retail poppy. Thank God for my broker, I'm not gonna lie, he did a lot of the work there. We sold the retail for $3 million. $3 million. Then I sold one that was very true to my heart just because I really like old people, you know. Went in there, I saw an expired listing. I'm going to the office and he's like, what do you want? Old man, 86 years old. What do you want? I'm not listing it. I'm not listing it anymore. I was listing it with my friend. Every excuse in the book, and I kept going back. Probably like the 15th time, I was giving up on myself. My friends were like, Rob, you're never gonna get it. I kept going, and I sent him a letter with a lottery ticket, and it said, I don't care what you win on here. I just want to do business with you. I don't want a penny from it. He won like 45 bucks. People take that as a sign. Next week, I got the listing. That property was on the market for probably like 7 years with 4 different agents. I got it. I found a buyer from New York, got both sides of the deal, and we sold that baby, man. I felt so happy because the old man, he was supposed to sell it to his nephew, passed away, couldn't pass it down. So it was very, you know, I really wanted to sell it for the guy. And buyer, Harry, shout out Harry, man. He did not only buy this property for $500,000, and the same day he closed for it, he closed on a $700,000 house for his family. He surprised him with. So I love to see things like this. Very admirable guy. That's what we do this for. We do it for our family. Let's go. All right, that was perfect. Isn't this beautiful? So like I was saying, I started my own business. Like now I'm a real hardcore entrepreneur. Not only do I run my own business for real estate, but now I am my own boss. Property management business, Velez management. We only do commercial real estate, retail, shopping centers, power centers, super centers, whatever you want. We are your pros at it. I also met John Henry. He's about to be a TV superstar. Got his own show on Vice, son. He's investing here in Allentown. Dominican Cat on the Forbes list. You gotta check him out. I also met Dave East. Holy shit, Dave East. I could not believe it. I'm walking in Times Square. That was via DM. People talk about social media not being good. I met Dave East by DMing him. He said, come to the studio. Pulled up to the studio in the middle of Times Square. 6'9". He's toast. 6'9". 6'9" is in the penthouse suite. I'm literally right next door, right next to Dave East, arm's length away. We're drinking, we're smoking, we're chilling, we're talking about business opportunity. And I also bought my own property. Holy cow, this year was insane. Bought my own property. It's just a little junk, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep it forever. It's not multifamily, because you know that's what we do here. Completely multifamily. Bought a little lot, stole it from some man. I don't want to say that I stole it, but I got it at a pretty deep discount, and hopefully we're gonna flip that baby in 2019. My chicken legs and I also participated in the Tour de Bronx. That was like 52 miles. I probably only made about 35. My old dad decided he could finish it all, so I took a taxi home, and then he biked the rest of the way. I also hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. Wow, that's terrible, but I'm gonna do a lot better. All right, so I just signed up for an improv class. If you guys know me, I'm typically a little dry, a little mellow, a little quiet.
One is 10 minutes away, and it's next to Center City, Allentown. The other one is 20 minutes away. It's next to Whole Foods.
I also did an open house, my first open house, and I'm selling literally $120,000 duplex in the middle of Allentown. And who comes rolling up? Big Daddy in a big boy Wraith with stars on the roof. He comes up, we're talking about it. I said, my friend, the AP on your watch costs more than a house. What are you doing here? Let's go buy something else. But he did buy the property. And I also featured on my first podcast. Shout out Millennial Era. Now it's like we're here. The building is, the roof needs repair, if this needs repair. And I'm just like, oh, absolutely, dude. Like, I do this every day. I'm a real estate, you know what I'm saying?
Bob the Builder.
So I also went to the New York City car show because you gotta be able to feel it. How are you gonna know what you want if you don't see it, if you can't touch? Look at this suede interior.
This, feel how good this feels? I'm gonna cover the whole outside of my house in this material. My house is gonna look like a fucking werewolf. What the fuck?
Look at this. Shitload of late nights. I got my first tailored suit. I got my second tailored suit. We had babies following me in apartments, and we had rats everywhere. Allentown apartments. What are you gonna do? So we had our company picnic. We shot a lot of guns. We drank some beer, and we ate a lot of red meat. I can't believe you made me do that. Oh my God. So I also invested in myself like no other this year, which is direct correlation to the amount of money I make. I spent $1,600 for a CCIM course in California, $1,600 for another one I took in Philadelphia. Saw incredible speakers like Damon John, Grant Cardone, Ed Milet, Brad Lee. It was incredible event. Met an incredible amount of people like Blackout the Negative podcast. He also has Blake Haggett, the Yes Show podcast. I also met a bunch of people. My man Philip from Europe, the #1 marketer in Philip, gave me a whole bunch of great pointers. Networking has been amazing for me. I went to see Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, amazing inspirational event. I go to all residential networking events. Why? Because there's no other commercial agents. And why? Because those residential agents have commercial leads. Who do they go to? The only commercial guy they know. Network. I was networking like a this year. Took my dog to work. I also close deals while I get pedicures, because that's just how we do it. I also do a whole bunch of cold calling. So I went up to a guy. I literally was at Wawa at 2 a.m. hungry, shouldn't be there, but I saw a guy in a G-Wagon. I'm like, listen, I came here for a reason, and it was definitely talk to that guy in a G-Wagon. So I pulled up to him, I gave him my card, I said, my man, if I can ever help you, call me, please. And he was an agent, he flips his own deals, so he's probably not gonna call me, but he liked me, he said, keep killing it, bro, and now it's a new contact. Alright, so you guys know all about investing myself. I read an incredible amount of books this year. Sell or Be Sold, The Closer Survival Guide, Be Obsessed or Be Average, The 10X Rule, Crushing It, Crush It, Sell It Like Sirhan, Unshakable by Tony Robbins, and the Dale Carnegie How to Win Friends and Influence People. But I'm going to double that in 2019. Alright, so I had some fun too. I went on a cruise in the beginning of the year. I went to my first basketball game, went to see the Philadelphia Sixers, went to see Jay-Z and Beyonce, amazing performance. Another book I read that you can't forget, my man from Blackout the Negatives. Also check out his podcast because he shouted me out on one. Get Yourself Some Robs.
I met him out in Vegas. I look at his Snapchat every day. He's a real estate agent. He's absolutely crushing it. He's inspiring me every single day.
All right, ladies and gents, thank you so much. One last thing here before we go, and it's a big, big surprise. 2019 is about to be stupid, but one last most amazing thing that happened in 2018, my mother beat cancer. So shout out to you, Mom. You're the strongest person I've ever met in my entire life. Mama! I love you, and I love all of you too. And best of all, I'm just getting started.